Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. I didn't want to be Katie on our first date, though. Still, everything turned out fine. It makes me very happy that Katie's first music practice is coming up on Monday. After 3 or 4 drinks, we left the bar, called a taxi, and went back to Rebecca's place. I was very careful getting into the taxi. Rebecca seemed impressed. As for me, I guess I need to change back to Simon and go home. Don't worry, you are welcome to stay the night in the spare room if you'd like. Mom already made the bed for you. She even put a nightgown on the bed. I slept in Rebecca's nightgown in the spare room all night. I got dressed up as Simon in the morning and walked home, but only after making plans with Rebecca for Monday. I let my mom and dad know that the test went well. The thought of his son in a skirt didn't make Dad laugh, but Mom seemed happy. The orchestra met in the school hall after school the next day, but my seat wasn't taken. When Miss Granger tapped her baton, the room went quiet. "Girls," she said, "let me introduce our new lead violinist, Miss Katie Blandford." She showed the way to a back hall door that led to a front room. When the door opened, I walked into the hall holding my violin case. I was dressed the way Rebecca and I had planned on Saturday, with a navy blue skirt with pleats, a white blouse, a school tie, and a navy blue cardigan. Rebecca and I had skipped our last lesson of the day and hidden ourselves in the anteroom. The second time she came here, she changed me into Katie. The same belt, bra, pants, nylons, and shoes that I wore on Saturday. I also had the same wig on my head, the same makeup on my face, and the same nails on my hands. I was ready for my next experience as Katie just in time. I walked down the hall to my spot while trying to look girly. The girls started to realize it was me as I got closer. There were cheers from some of them. I didn't pay attention to any of them, so I sat down, took out my violin, and began tuning it up. A lot of people were still talking, and Miss Granger tapped her stick again. The practice went really well, and everyone paid attention to what they were doing instead of what I was wearing. Nobody spoke. At the end, Miss Granger told the orchestra how great they were and then sent us off. Some girls stopped by on their way out to say hello, tell me they liked how I looked, or say something nice about how brave I was. Someone even asked if I was Simon. Rebecca and I stayed in our places until Miss Granger came over to us. "Well, Simon," she said. "Not Simon, Katie," Rebecca interrupted. "Well, Katie," Miss Granger began again, "what a change. You look beautiful. Congratulations, Rebecca, on how well you can persuade people and put on makeup. I've been having a conversation with the principal. She thinks that you should sign up for school as Katie Blandford and dress as Katie for the next 2 weeks until the finals so that you don't get disqualified at the last minute. Simon will no longer be in the lessons starting tomorrow. Katie will instead." I didn't really mind. Actually, this was an amazing idea. It was fun to change this afternoon, but I knew it would be hard to live as Katie, even if it was only for 2 weeks. Rebecca came to my house early the next morning to help me get ready. I signed up for school and wore a skirt to my first class. It was weird. Walking down the halls in my new school outfit didn't make me feel strange or funny. The first week went well. Miss Granger bought me a second school uniform skirt that fits better. It felt good on me, too. Every day after school, Rebecca and I went back to her house. She taught me how to do my hair and put on makeup. By the end of the week, I didn't need Rebecca's help to get ready or set my face. It wasn't really my hair, it was just a wig. I could style it into a bun, which I thought looked very classy, and pigtails, which I thought were cute. Rebecca taught me about makeup after school on Wednesday. Miss Granger and Rebecca and I went shopping. I got my ears pierced, which was my idea. Miss Granger also bought me a dress, 2 skirts, and underwear. I loved being treated like a princess. It looked like it would last a while. People were now buying me gifts as Katie after I decided to be Simon until the finals. Would I ever be able to go back to being Simon? I had to walk along a small, narrow path we called the alley on my way home from school. For years, Simon had walked along it twice a day. I hadn't even thought about how dangerous it might be. On Friday after practices, I walked home along my usual path. It had to be around 5 o'clock. At first, I thought I might be lonely as I walked down the alley. I recognized 4 boys who were going the other way. All of them were in the school year after me. Their almost shaved heads made it clear that they were not exactly sensitive intellectuals. I knew what they were called: Fists, Stampsy, Meathead, and Tomo. What else do I need to say? They were the kind of kids who thought they were tough because they picked on weaker kids. I started to worry that they would pick on me next. At this point, Simon might have turned around and run away, but I couldn't run in those heels. I'd have to brazen it out. Once I got close enough, they stopped and stood 4 across, blocking my way. I also stopped about 5 yards away from them and said, "Excuse me." It was clear that Meathead was in charge of the group because he was standing in the middle of them. He took a step forward. "Hey, you're Blandford, right? It is Simon Blandford, right? Or is Katie these days?" He laughed. "Hey, you idiot, you should feel bad about yourself. Stampsy, what do you think?" His friend made fun of him and said, "He's a shame to our school." Meathead walked up to me. "Isn't she pretty?" He said it with a sneering, mocking tone. When he kicked my violin case hard, it fell out of my hand and onto the ground. It threw me off balance. He laughed sarcastically. The others moved to surround me, one on each side and one behind me out of sight. My backpack was taken by Tomo. I couldn't fight back. Then he said, "I wonder what's in this," and tipped it over, spilling everything inside. Books, pens, and makeup all fell on the ground around us. "You're a boy," Meathead said with a sneer. "Boys don't put on makeup." I got a tear in my eye. He grabbed my tie, yanked me to my feet, and told me, "Don't you dare come to school on Monday dressed like that. If you do, you're in for a treat." He then looked at his friends. "Let's go." They all ran off. I was crying and shaking. Then I took my things and wig out of the bag and put them back in. The case for my violin didn't look like it was broken. As I started to run, I put my bag around my neck and held a violin in the other hand. My clothing was torn. I ran home. There was one thing for sure. I'll be at school on Monday. I'd also be dressed like this. I was not going to give in to them, not at all. In fact, I wanted to get back at them. How, though? When I got home, my face was covered in tears, sweat, dirt, and makeup, and my clothes were torn. My mom felt really sorry for me. My parents heard my story. My dad wanted to go to their homes and have a word with their parents. "You're only doing this to help the school," he said over and over. Well, that's not quite right. I wouldn't go to the police with my mom or do what she wanted to do. Mom gave me a nice hot bath and said, "Maybe you should dress up as Simon for the rest of the day." I said, "No. I need more practice to be completely calm at the finals next week, and I'm not giving up on those idiots. They won't stop me. I guess I could get you some pants for school tomorrow. I didn't think that would make you stand out so much. It doesn't make sense for a woman to wear pants." I lied. The girls' school doesn't allow pants. How about a long skirt? Knee length? No, I thought. What I wore today is what I want to wear again after taking a bath. My pride wouldn't let me do anything else. Okay, this shirt will be washed and the skirt will be fixed. I'll soon have it like brand new. Do moms really know everything? She knew I really wanted to wear the skirt Miss Granger had bought me in the finals, so mine wasn't an exception. I did. It was the quickest one I had. As I lay in the bath and looked at my wounds, I was glad there wasn't any real damage. When I put on my clothes, the few marks I had would not be seen. I got out of bed and put on some of my nice new underwear. I already felt better. I had my makeup on when my mom walked in. The skirt is now fixed, but I had to take the hem up a bit because it was so frayed. I don't think that will bother you too much, though. I laughed. Again, she was right, but it would only last a short time. Also, Miss Granger and Rebecca are waiting for you downstairs. I put on my school outfit again. Mom had called Miss Granger and Rebecca, and of course, they came right over. I felt bad about making them wait now. Both of them told me they were sorry for making me feel like I had to dress up as Katie. I told them I didn't want to stop when they asked. We decided that I would not be able to walk home alone from now on. Miss Granger offered to drive me home, and my mom said she could take me to school. I felt better after that. I was tired, so I quickly went upstairs to get an early night's sleep. The next morning, I woke up late. I was the only one at home while my parents went shopping. I was wearing a short-sleeved shirt and a denim skirt for a casual look. I had just finished putting on makeup when the front doorbell rang. Should I answer? I put on shoes, walked to the front door, and looked through the spy hole. I opened the door because I thought there was a young girl outside. The guest was a blonde, tall, and about my age. A little too much makeup was on her, and she wore a skirt and high shoes. She was pretty, and I might have liked her if Rebecca and I weren't seeing each other. "Hi," she said in a soft voice that I could barely make out. "Are you Katie?" I said, "Yes, I don't know you. My name is Laura. I want to talk to you. May I come in?" I told her yes and led her into the living room. I sat on the other side of the couch from her. "Katie," she said as I sat down, "I told you that you don't know me, but we have met before. I have felt the need to say something since last night." I asked myself, how does she know about last night? Laura continued, "See, Katie, I was there." Laura slowly pulled on her hair with her hand. When the blonde wig came off, I saw a head with short hair. Even with all the makeup on, I could tell what shape the head was. "Tomo." She did say yes. I screamed, "Yesterday you bullied me. Now you've dressed up and come in here acting like you care. How do I know that Meathead hasn't set this up? You're some kind of Trojan horse that's here to get me. Stop it, calm down, you'll get hurt." Tomo tried to hold me back. He held my arms tight until I was unable to move. It wasn't good. "Look, could you please give me 5 minutes to talk? Okay, Tomo, 5 minutes. Lara, not Tomo. Just like in Lara Croft." He named himself after a video game. "Okay, Lara, give me 5 minutes." Lara began. "You don't know how good it's been to see you around school this week, Katie." I stood up and went back to my chair. The first time I realized I wasn't the only boy who likes skirts was that same day. Being able to connect with someone else who was transgender made me feel better. "You're so brave." Lara seems to think I'll be transgender forever too, I thought. I asked, "Why did you hit me?" My heart sank when I saw you in the alley last night. I knew what was going to happen, but I couldn't say, "Don't pick on her because I like skirts too." They also would have beat me up. I've been cross-dressing for a year now and have never told anyone, not even Meathead, but you joined in. I had to, but I hated myself for it. I felt so bad about it afterward. I chose to get dressed and come see you this morning. Last night, I've never been out like this before, as a woman. Before my mom and dad woke up, I got dressed and sneaked out. I stood outside the house for an hour before getting the nerve to knock. I saw your family leave. I checked to see if you were still in bed. I want to turn away from Meathead and those idiots, but I need help. I need a friend to help me because I can't do it by myself. Katie, could we be friends? Same as sisters. You know what I'm going through. I like a lot of the things you got. Where did you get them? My mom works at this town's thrift store. At home, she sorts all the clothes. I got the clothes from there. Making things fit me better and taking up the hem is easy for me now that I know how to use a sewing machine. What about makeup? It belongs to my sister mostly. I had to learn how to do it myself. Does it look good? That's pretty good for the first time. It's pretty funny to see someone as tough as you in a skirt, but put on your wig again. It works for you. We could be friends. Thank you, Lara, as she put on the wig. Yes, I could be friends, but only if you promised never to see Meathead again. I promise. And if you'll help me get even with him, we might be able to do it together. Use our girly charms. I thought we might be able to come up with a plan together. Do you have any ideas? Yes, I have an idea. I'll fix your makeup while you tell me the plan. We went upstairs, and while she told me the plan, I fixed Lara's makeup. Meathead goes to the community center disco every Saturday. Have you been before? It's just a chance for guys to pull. By late at night, the parking lot is full of couples and all that other stuff. I was putting some weight on Lara. Meathead does believe he is a gift from God. Please do not move your face. Lara smiled and said, "He really likes girls with blonde hair." I began to put on some blush. "You mean that we should try to get him to like us? We show up late, step out in style, and start dancing around our purses. He'll be done with his pickup lines in 5 minutes. What if he doesn't? Trust me, he will be. As you might expect, he won't recognize us. You shouldn't call yourself Katie. You can be Susie instead. Hi, my name is Emma. Hi, my name is Susie. I was putting eyeshadow on Laura's lids. Hi, Emma. Maybe he wants us both. He won't be able to say no. A guy wouldn't pass up the chance to be with two girls. Our plans went ahead as planned, and I finished Laura's face. She did look pretty and girly. Done, I said, and Laura got up. She looked at herself in the mirror. Whoa, I wish I knew how to do that with my face. Could you teach me? I agreed. You're so lucky to be able to wear this to school. Is that what you want? To dress like that for school? I'm not sure. I don't believe that. It's fun for me to dress like a girl sometimes, but not all the time. I like being a boy, but sometimes I have to dress up. I like the idea of being able to pick. It was getting late. I told her to leave. My mom and dad and I are going to face the music. They're about to get a surprise. I will tell them about my cross-dressing. We went downstairs. I told Laura, "Good luck! Give me a call this afternoon and let me know how it goes." When I opened the front door, she was gone. I was scared for her. That afternoon, she called me. Things hadn't gone too badly. Her dad was a little mad, but her mom told her she looked great and specifically said, better than being a bully. We planned for Laura to come over to my house that night. Rebecca called, and I had to lie to her and tell her I wanted to spend the night alone and in peace after what happened yesterday. Being honest, I would have liked her to be there to help, but I couldn't let her be there and lose the game. Laura called around 7:30. She came with a blonde wig and a black dress. Soon I was making up and wearing the dress and wig. Are you sure he won't know who I am? Yes, for sure. Anyway, it's dark and loud in there. Laura looked beautiful in a dress. We went to the disco while looking like two girls out on the town. Soon after, Meathead came over and said, "Hi, I haven't seen you here before." My name is Dean. Most creative, I thought. He doesn't call himself Meathead to his girlfriends, right? Do you want to dance? My name is Susie, but only if my friend Emma can join in. Okay, the three of us danced. When the music was slow, Laura and I took turns dancing. Eventually, I gave him a kiss. Thanks for watching. The rest won't be viewable on YouTube, so check out Patreon if you want more.